Hello and welcome to another episode of the Podcast for Education here on Africa Business Radio. Taking us through science is Miss Irene on the topic Parts of the Plants.
Hello learners, welcome again to an exciting time of learning. Today in science, we are going to be learning about green plants and part of a plant. It's a year 3 topic. Let's continue as we head on with this exciting time. All right. Most of us have plants around us. It's either in our compound or it's somewhere along our street or somewhere around us. Some of us even have it in our schools. And I know you all miss schools, but I hope we are all learning during this period. Okay, plants have different parts that do different jobs. I want to ask you, can you remember the name of the parts of the plants? All right, okay. Now, there are different parts of the plants. First, we have the roots, which is in the soil, which is buried in the soil. The roots buried in the soil. Then we have the stem. The stem is the long stalk of the plant. And then we have the leaves, which are the green parts that we see all the time of the plant. Then we also have the flower. Okay, we also have the flower. Now, these are the names of the different parts of the plant. We are going to be looking at the different parts and the jobs they do. We have to ask ourselves, where do we find the root of a plant? Like I said, we have the roots that is in the ground. They grow underneath a plant below the surface of the soil. Okay, the roots grow underneath the plant below the surface of the soil. The roots are usually very long and are covered in small ears. What do you think their jobs are? Okay? All right. Okay, let's see if I agree with what you have said. The root anchors the plant in the ground. The root anchors the plant in the ground. They absorb water and nutrients from the soil. They absorb water and nutrients from the soil. These are the functions of the roots. The next part of the plant that we'll be looking at is the stem or the trunk. So what is a stem or trunk? Branches, leaves, and flowers grow from the stem or trunk of a plant. A trunk is woody and often has a layer of bark around it. What job does the stem do? The stem or trunk holds the plant up. It also carries water and nutrients from the root to the leaves. The stem or trunk holds the plant up. It also carries water and nutrients from the roots to the leaves. The next part of plant we are looking at are the leaves. What jobs do the leaves do? Okay, let's see if I agree with you. The leaves makes food for the plants using sunlight and carbon dioxide from the air. The leaves make food for the plants using sunlight and carbon dioxide from the air. This process is called photosynthesis. The next part of the plant we are going to be learning about are the flowers. The next part of the plant we are learning about are the flowers. Do you know what the flower job is? Okay. Flowers are brightly colored to attract insects and birds. They are brightly colored to attract insects and birds. On a plant at any time, you can see different colors on the plant. And usually on a plant, the leaves and the flowers are the most colorful part of the plant. But the flowers usually come in a variety of colors, from yellows to bright red to white to pink to violet to blue to pink, different colors. They usually come in different colors. And The main job of the flower is to attract insects. And when it does this, it to help the plant carry out a very, very important function of reproduction. Okay, to carry out the very important function of reproduction. When insects carry pollens to the flower uses the pollen to make seed to grow new plant. You can see that the flower is a very, very important part of the plant. It is what helps the plant to make new plants. Okay, we have learned about different parts of the plants, and we've also tried to identify the jobs that these different parts do. Let's do a quick reminder of the different parts of the plant. The main part of the plant that we've learned about today are the flower, the leaves, the stem, and the roots. We've learned about where they can be found. We've learned about what they do. The root's major job is to keep the plant firm in the soil. The stem helps the plant to absorb water and nutrients from the soil. The leaves help the plant make its food, and the flowers help the plant to make new plants. I hope we have learned something exciting today. Until we meet again, let's have a wonderful time.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Podcast for Education. Remember, this is exclusively brought to you by Africa Business Radio. Hit us up on our social media platforms should you have any questions or feedbacks on Facebook, Instagram at Africa Business Radio, Twitter, Africa Biz Radio. Remember to listen to this again when there's a need to on our podcast channel. www.africabusinessradio.com is where to go. Until next time, I am Onoja. Do have a great one.